Hey guys, we're back for our annual year-end review video. Um, Truth be told, this is actually the second time I've recorded this video, as when you know it, as soon as I got the first recording done, some information changed. So I'm here re-recording it, and we'll try this again. So first up, apologies if I don't sound that great. Picked up a touch of something, and all honesty, I think I maybe got an hour, maybe two of sleep last night, so I'm just feeling kind of crappy today. So we'll try to push on and get this done. So, first up, and this is probably a big piece of information, is in regards to the move. Um, as you can tell, in fact, I'm actually recording this the day before Christmas. We haven't moved yet. And I believe I mentioned in the last update we did that we had to be out by December 20th because our insurance wasn't going to renew. Well, about mid-November, they surprised us with the renewal information. So we don't have to be out of here by December 20th. So that's going to give us a fair bit more time to, get stuff done at the new house. It's going to let us not be as rushed with things. Because as it is, there was no way we're going to make it out by the 20th. Just based on where we were at. As far as getting the house done, we actually just got back a few days ago, which is where I'm wondering I might have picked a little bit of a bug up. But we were going to try and get the cabinets for the kitchen done this time, but fortunately, our pool guy discovered that the pool had a leak. Now, thankfully, it was a minor leak, just some of the sort of the gap filling material had started to corrode with age, which, given that pool was put in over 30 years ago, is understandable. And no, it wasn't cheap, but hey, at least it wasn't as bad as it could have been. So, because we were taking care of that, we couldn't, get cabinet guy out to, do all the measurements, and just that kind of put a damper on our plans for this particular trip. We're still trying to figure out what we're exactly going to do for flooring before we go back for sometime in January. Probably going to try and figure out, get that sort of picked out and ready so that we can hit the ground running when we get there. Now, so that's where we are with the move. Still hasn't happened yet, but at this point, I don't know what's going to happen there. Just as far as timetable, I'll honestly say it's starting to get a little frustrating because bouncing back and forth is getting a little tiresome. I do think next trip we might stay a little longer just to see if we can get some more stuff done. So, obviously, we're going to have to wait and see. Now, moving on, getting the flight instructing stuff done. Unfortunately, I lost another instructor, so that's a little bit of a setback. And talking with this new instructor, the way he's sort of phrasing it, sounds like the pass rate for the check ride is abysmal. So that's now got me sort of really getting a little panicky as far as how long this is going to take and how much more we got to do. So I don't know. Right now I've got a flight scheduled for the 31st. Obviously I'm still feeling crappy, which I'm hoping isn't the case. I'll have to cancel that flight, but hopefully whatever this thing is, it will pass. And yeah, as it is, I mean, despite not getting much sleep, I do feel, aside from just being absolutely exhausted, do feel better this morning as compared to yesterday. So hopefully this is just a little bug, and tomorrow I should hopefully feel better. Another thing, and this is another bit of information that's changed. For a while now, I have wanted to, start doing some flight instruction videos. Unfortunately, just because of all sorts of scheduling and all that, haven't had the ability. And on top of that, really could use a second camera. So I finally went ahead and decided to get another GoPro. Fortunately, this is now going to be, I believe, my 4th newer version GoPro, because the last 3 have had issues with batteries. I haven't opened up this new one yet, just because I haven't had time. Hopefully this one will actually have batteries that fucking work, because this is getting freaking ridiculous. As basically what's happening is I'll plug it in and it'll just keep charging and charging and charging and never shut off. And honestly, my concern there would be, okay, the potential for overcharge and the batteries exploding or catching fire. So we'll see what happens there. Again, hopefully this next one will work, because I do want to try and do something to that effect. As I think it's something that would help me get better with teaching. It's an interesting subject, and it's just something I enjoy. So, moving on to models. Big thing this year was we finally got the Stearman full build done. That is, as I mentioned in the post video for that, it never should have taken that long to get done. That's all on me. Now it's a combination of lack of motivation, lack of opportunity to really work, record the voiceover, and just a whole slew of different things that sort of all came together and dragged that thing out a hell of a lot longer than it should have. As I mentioned before in the post video, I am going to at some point start working on the next one, though I'm going to hold off releasing anything until I'm much further along, just so that we can have a nice consistent release schedule for that. What that'll be, I don't know at this point. I think it's going to really come down to how many episodes I think it's going to be, because if it's only going to be a handful, then I might do once every couple of weeks. If it's going to be something longer, I might do monthly. At this point, I don't know. I've got to go back and look through all the raw video files and try to get an idea. So that's where we are with that. Now, in the first video, the first version of this video, I had mentioned that I was going to try and get some more videos recorded for reviews. That I've done. If it wasn't for this bug, excuse me, wasn't for this bug, I'd probably have gotten some more done. Just fortunately, I don't have the energy right now, and yeah. Granted, I do have an idea which ones I'm going to do next. At the moment, with everything I've got recorded, I have at least through end of April. If I can get a couple more recorded, that should get us at least through to early June. Beyond that, though, I don't know at this point. It's all... Excuse me. It's all going to come down to just what's happening with this move, what the timetable for that's going to look like. Obviously, once we do get the move done and I do get the new space set up, then we can start doing reviews again. But at this point, I have no idea when that's going to be, because I don't even know at this point how much I'm going to be able to do once we do commit to this final phase of the move. Just because I don't know how much I'm going to be able to set up. Excuse me. As obviously, if I can't, set up a recording area, I can't do the reviews. And I'd like to ideally, once we do this move, to set up a better sort of recording area instead of just using my chair as we've been doing for years. So that's one of the goals for this coming year, is to try and get a formal recording area set up once we get this move done. And this will also double for a photo backdrop area, so that I can, get finished models finally photographed and put out to Instagram, Twitter, all that. Now, moving on. Now, this is another bit of information that actually changed. Because about a week ago, Twitch announced that they were going to be changing their TOS and allowing Spicer material, at least under the creative and art tags. Well, when I initially recorded this video, that TOS was in effect. But unfortunately, as is so often, a bunch of idiots went and ruined it for everybody. Now, you would have thought, okay, they're letting us have this new thing, let's ease into it, let's not go overboard right out of the gate and, push too far too quickly. But unfortunately, a bunch of idiots did, and so that now is not going to happen. Because I'll be honest, I was kind of looking for it just because, for no other reason, not having to worry about potentially getting flagged for nose art. And obviously the potential that would open up for, some more artistic figure building and all that. So right now, as far as streaming goes, we're still going to keep holding off there. One thing I may try looking into is what all you got to do to stream on Twitter now. Because that could be a potential place to stream some of the, little spicier content, but at the moment, we're just going to have to wait and see what happens with this move again. Just till we can get this move done, everything's on hold, at least as far as streaming goes. Because that's something I do want to get back to. I enjoyed that. So, that's where we are at for now, as we head into the end of the year and come up for our January break. No uploads in the month of January as per usual. And we will be back in February. I'll have to take a look at exact dates when I'll need to do the New Year video, and we'll go from there. So again, thank you guys so much for this year, everything you guys, all the likes, the follows, the watch time, all of it. And, we're slowly but steadily getting there to hopefully we'll be able to, once we do get back to streaming, be able to potentially monetize it. So, until next time.